how's everybody doing? Well, I am doing another day's makeup with this new brand, Olivia Palermo. And so I wanted to do, yesterday we did this palette, which was more of a warm tone. And today we're going to use this palette, which is the Soiree, which is more of a cool tone. I'm looking at some of the names. Amaretta, Plush Tulle, Magnum Mauve, Gilded Glimmer, Skyline Dusk, and Black Tie. So let's look at them. This packaging, if you haven't seen my other videos, I can link them below. But really, I'll just send you the first one because they're 5-part. Hopefully this won't be that long. But the magnitude of this, the weight of this is substantial. This is very elegant packaging. You can see it's got like a, I don't know, like a basket weave. I need to really go look up the website, and then her name's right there. But listen, it's all magnetized. Love it. And here's the colors. I'm going to do it upside down. It's got a nice mirror so you can see, but I'm going to do it upside down so that the mirror doesn't, oh, and when I do that though, I'm just going to tilt it down so you can see all the colors. And I feel like this is going to be a very nice, cool neutrals. So, first and foremost, yesterday I used my brand new Zoeva brushes. Not brand new. They're years and years and years and years old. Never used them. Can I tell you? It was kind of a mistake, y'all. I like what I like. And so I'm going to go back to what I like, which is my, what am I trying to say here? Sigma Beauty brushes. I just love them, and I feel like they're the best. So, first of all, we're going to start with this kind of lighter pink, because there is no true highlight color in this palette. That's the only thing I don't like. There's no white. So, I'm thinking this is going to be a bit of a pink. And just looking at that, you know what? This is not a clean brush, y'all. And this is what happens. Yeah, that had orange in it. So let me get a clean brush. Hello. I need to go through all my brushes, y'all. and put forth effort in. It's just so much work, to be honest. I've got the cleanest systems. It's just, you know, I have so many brushes. So the best thing to do is find you a brush that you love, which to me would be Sigma Beauty. I could tell you the 5 to 10 brushes I would say get. You don't even need a full set. Just and we could just start with eye brushes, because there's always a bronzer and a blush and, you know, foundation and all that kind of stuff. But I'm just talking about for eye ones. Okay, so I just cleaned this off. This is an It Cosmetics one, just because it was handy. This is a shader, and it's very pink, this color. So you'll notice now I have no highlight color under the brow. So we're going to see what we're going to do about that. I don't typically like that. I always like at least, you know what you could do is use this as a transition color and just leave your natural color. Which is always, your natural color is always going to be lighter than a transition color, regardless of your skin color. So I am going to, let me just use this little white to take that off up there. And now I will need to blot that, because that was a remover. I need to make sure that's off. There. Okay. And so what that did was really highlight the line. So we'll need to, can I tell you this color is not pink? To me, this is very, what's the word? It's kind of like a terracotta. It's not pink at all. I think this is more of the warm tones. It's so weird how all the palettes are turning orange. And I don't know if it's the Kardashians or who has made that so popular, but that is for people with darker skin tones. So if you have that, good for you, because if you are olive skinned, black skinned, kind of brown skinned, or even have yellow undertones. Actually, I wouldn't say yellow undertone skin, so that wouldn't work. But if your blue tone undertones are very, very pale, it's not a flattering color in my opinion, because it doesn't go with the blue tones to me. That's to me. Some people may say, well, that's, now, I take that back. If that's all I was wearing, it's a very, very natural look. So I could go with just this look. Just like this. Don't do nothing else. But y'all know me. I wouldn't do that. Would I? But, that being said, that looks pink to me looking directly at it. But it actually is very much more terracotta than it is pink in my opinion. So the next thing I would do is say I'm going to use from another palette. Because I'm always going to want to highlight colors. So that's the first flaw of this palette. Maybe we'll use this one because I think it has one. Yeah. See, it actually has two. It has a champagne color, and it has just a plain matte white. I think it's matte. I don't think there's any shimmer to this. We'll see. Yeah, that's just very... There's not any real shimmer at all. I kind of wanted some shimmer. Let's just see if this... I think it's got those kind of orangey undertones again. It does. It's more gold than it is white. Again, that's just... So for the inner corner as well, I need something to shimmer and wake this inner corner up. But it's going to be, as you can see, that just changed it to a warm tone. Don't like that. If you're going to have a cool palette, whoops, sorry, that's the warm palette. If you're going to have a cool palette, you need to have a cool highlighter. Even the transition color here, that's not a... See, that's even warm. This is not a warm palette at all. But it doesn't say it is. It says it's Soiree. Okay. Okay. Alright, now I am going to do a buff and blending brush. This is a Sigma E39. And I'm going to take, since we ended up using what would have been the highlight color as a transition color, I'm going to go ahead and go into this really pretty mulberry color. And let's just see, is it really, or does it have warm tones? It has warm tones, y'all. It looks cool toned to me. So both of these palettes are actually warm toned. Start in the outer corner of the eyelid and then go into the crease. Windshield wiper motions. If you really want to tighten it down, look up and the skin will grab the brush. And all this does is just, it really kind of lays down more of the darker color in the crease. And for me, that's a look I like because I like more definition. So again, always put down where most of the powder is going to come off on this outer part of your lid and then go into the crease. And windshield wiper motions. I will also say this is a very powdery formula in the sense of I kind of feel like it's drying out my skin instead of moisture. And there's some, you know, eyeshadow palettes that they actually moisturize. So that's another strike against this. So there's 2 strikes today. Actually, that was a strike against yesterday too. I'm just making sure I really get this brush. Lots of this pinkish brown because I'm really trying to get cool tone and it just won't. It's just not doing it, y'all. This is just not very cool tone. It's a warm burgundy. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that's not what I was going for today. I was going for a cool tone. But that's okay. We're still going to use it. And we're going to use a short shader to go under the eye. And we're going to use this right here. This looks to me like a plum tone. And I'm going to actually wet it. We've talked about this before for those of you who gross out when I do that with my own spit. I do have over here a chemical that's not spit. Matte Prep and Prime Fix Plus. That's a good way to wet your brush. But I do not share my brushes, so there's no bacteria that's not mine, and so I have no problem doing this. But anyway, we're going to run right through the lashes with this color. What is the tone is the question. Now we're going to stamp it right in the lash line. Just to back up the lashes. And that is a true plum, I think. It looks like a true plum. So yeah, what do y'all think? True plum. So that's probably the only cool tone in this palette. And I'm just going to show you again. I like to just literally go straight through the lashes. This is to back up the lash line is what this is. It's powder lining. And then I stamp in whatever's left over into the upper one. Now, because of this tone for me personally, I think I could get away with this being my brow powder. I'm going to do it very lightly just in case not. Yeah, I feel like it's a little more of a black tone than what I typically wear. It's got, in other words, it's got more blue to it because it's, I guess, this purple tone. But I just dusted it on, and it, as you can see, it did a good job of lifting. Let me get my little hairs out of the way. We'll do this on this side. See if I can actually even them up. I never can, just so you know. Because this one's higher, and I tend to still want to get that arch in there, and then I end up going too high almost every time. Just like I just did. See how that one's lower? So what I have to do is build this straighter up to even them out. And do the underside of this arch a little more, so it will bring it down a little. This one up a little. Color-wise, we still want to blend that color in. Also, this arch goes up a little earlier. It should be further back. There. That's the most I'm going to do with that. So I do like it, but I am just a little disappointed. Let me get this little inner area blended out a little better. This is actually a concealer brush. So I need to wipe that off really good. And that came with the El Maquillage concealer. So there is the look of the shadow. And I will just go ahead and put on my